How you doing? Publisher journey video of the day. Behind the scenes, I'm working on several books right now. Today I'm going to publish HowExpert Guide to Education. It actually came out to like 90,000 words using AI, and so it might come out to around, it was almost 500 pages. It was like 490 pages total, 6x9 format. So very thorough about this core category of life education. I'm in the middle of the process of publishing one book for each core category of life, like health, wealth, fitness, education, history, animals, nature, science, hobbies, and the list goes on and on. But at the same time, I also like to be precise and smart about the way I choose my topics. I'm a publisher for my publishing brand HowExpert, which publishes how-to guides on all topics from A to Z. So that's one of the reasons why I'm going for all topics. And I know it's not the most accurate way to do publishing. If I focus on just one niche and just the best niche that's most profitable and go deep into it, I know that I can make more money. So there's truth to that in terms of how most people do it. But I still have to do what I have to do, which is publish all core categories. But at the same time, I want to make money too, So what I'm doing now is I'm not only going to do core categories. If I feel like it, I'm also going to do my bestsellers. Okay, I'm going to go deep into my bestsellers. So one of my better selling books is a topic in martial arts. And so I have several martial arts books actually. So what I'm doing is I'm doing a book about a specific martial arts, type of martial arts. But I'm like, you know what? I might as well do all martial arts, all core martial arts, such as Taekwondo, Jiu-Jitsu, Karate, Kung Fu. I might as well, and at the end, I'm going to do one martial arts book that covers all core essential martial arts in one book as well. But for each of those type of martial arts, I want to do a book on those too. And although I have a lot of different books, my martial arts books do well. So I was thinking, you know what? I also have to be more efficient and effective in my publishing in terms of picking the topics. That's something I need to learn. That wasn't my forte, because prior to using AI, I didn't depend on research on the topics, because I was looking at the person, not the topic. I was looking for the person with real life, genuine passion, knowledge, and experience. So if I interview them, I would ask them, hey, what's your number one passion, knowledge, experience? And they will tell me the topic. And just because it was profitable or not, that didn't make my decision. I made a decision on the person, How passionate were they in the cover letter answer? What was their story? Were they the genuine, authentic expert in that topic? Yes or no? If they were, I would go for it, regardless whether it's profitable or not. So now I'm transitioning using AI. I gotta learn this new skill set of, is this topic profitable or not? And there's a lot of other teachers out there, and I wasn't really paying attention to a lot of content creators on YouTube about publishing and self-publishing, with all due respect, although you can learn from everyone. I understand that. But I had someone in this industry, in the online business industry, say he doesn't listen to anybody other than people who make more money than him. So I was like, you know what? I kind of had that same approach. I know it's a little bit of you can actually learn from everyone and anyone, but when you actually learn from someone who's actually getting results, and ideally more than you pay attention. Because some of the advice that you get from people who get results and don't get results can be the same lesson and tip. But when you get it from someone who's actually getting the results and shows proof, right? And there's some people out there in this industry. I haven't paid attention lately, but just yesterday I rediscovered a specific channel. I was like, wow, this particular person is getting massive results, and I'm paying attention. Okay, And it's like when you're listening to advice from someone who's actually getting results, not just teaching it, especially ideally someone who's getting bigger results than you, okay, then you actually absorb that content, the advice, even more, take it more seriously. Sometimes you listen to advice out there, there's so many content creators out there, and no disrespect to anyone, there's some great teachers out there, but sometimes when you're just listening to someone who's actually just teaching it, it goes one ear and goes out the other for me, okay, because I'm actually getting somewhat results in this, doing this. But I like to pay attention to people who are actually getting real results. And there's people out there in this publishing industry who are making 7 figures. Okay? Multiple 7 figures as well. So I like to learn from them. And sometimes when I learn from them, maybe their approach may not work for me, I've noticed. You know? But you can, just like Bruce Lee said, you know, you want to create your own style. Because I might be short and stocky. My martial arts may be different. My best custom style may be different than someone who's tall and lanky, right? Just like that, my publishing business and brand and model may be different than other people, and that's okay. But you could take some pieces from them, people who are getting results, and apply to your own business. So the art of Jeet Kune Do, Bruce Lee called a creator in martial arts called Jeet Kune Do. So what I'm doing is like, I want to learn from people who are getting better results than me, or actually getting results, and only like really pay attention to their methods. And one of the lessons I need to learn moving forward is finding niche topics. Now I use AI. Now I have the freedom to go for any topic, A to Z, you know? And so I want to use these tools. I've already used those tools back in the days. I kind of understand the concept. You want to have like search for the topic on Amazon, and whatever, you know, if they have 50,000 results or less, ideally, or 100,000 results or less, ideally, with 50,000 or 100,000 BSR or less, and 1,000 results or less, ideally, on Amazon, when you search for that topic, that's what you want to go for, because that's high demand, low competition. So that's something I want to do. But the simple approach moving forward, I want to cover all core categories of life. There's about 10 to 20 plus core categories of life. I want to do that. And number 2, I want to go for my bestsellers. I want to look at all my 400 plus books I published, nonfiction, and I want to see what the bestsellers consistently are overall. And I want to do another book on it. Okay? One at a time. And third of all, this is something not talked about. I want to do books that got 1-star reviews in my publishing brand. I want to do justice for those topics, because some of the topics I started with, you know, like I started with a book called Stand-Up Comedy, you know, related to stand-up comedy. But guess what? Because it was my first book 10 plus years ago, I didn't do the best job. So I want to do justice for that book. And for the readers out there who got that book, who didn't get the best experience, guess what? I'm going to do a book on the same topic, and give me one more chance with AI. I'm going to do a much better book on it. I already got the table of contents down yesterday for my future book coming soon. HowExpert Guide to Stand-Up Comedy, and I want to do justice for these 1-star books. Not a lot of people talk about that. They talk about just focus on the bestsellers and the hottest niche. But I say another approach is, you know, for the readers. If you did some bad books in the past, I understand. I'm not judging, because I did the same too, because that's how you start. Your first books will be your worst books. But I want to do justice for those books. I want to have redemption for those books. So, all core categories, bestsellers, and my 1-star bad books, I want to do books on. As well as unique niche topics that I've never heard of. Because I love those type of unique micro niche topics, because those are easier to rank on Amazon, on Google, on YouTube, and so forth. I just love finding unique niches. As they say, the riches are in the niches. So that's kind of like my publisher journey behind the scenes. I'm not just going to do all core categories. I'm not just going to do bestsellers, but I also want to do my worst sellers, or the 1-star rated books. So that now anybody who wants to buy a book for all topics from A to Z for my publishing brand, HowExpert, they will get a solid 5-star quality as best as possible from now and for the future. So that's how I see the overall big picture moving forward. And yeah, ideally, I'm right now at the pace of about a book a week, but I want to get to a book a day over time. Amazon allows up to 3 books a day. You know, allows authors and publishers to publish up to three books a day. And I'm sure there's people out there doing that. So over time, you know, once I get all my systems in place, everything, I want to be able to publish 1 book a day. Who knows, maybe 3 books a day, I don't know. But 1 book a day will be ideal for me. And behind the scenes, I'm working on like 1 book a day in terms of content, you know. I'm working on my next book about Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu right now behind the scenes. You know, after that, I'm looking for other topics. I have couple unique topics I'm doing as well. And over time, I want to maybe potentially hire a virtual assistant. I already worked with a lot of virtual assistants in the past and, you know, was able to scale a lot bigger. But I've had some bad experiences too. I don't want to talk about it too much, maybe in the future. So right now, I kind of like simplify my business a lot more. Instead of having such a big team, I have my own basic team, but I've also had some bad experiences that you got to be careful. You got to have trust, you know, with the people you work with, you know. And if that is broken, you can't move forward. So it's not just about scaling big. You got to work with the people you trust, and that's what I'm looking for. I'm actually going to look into building my virtual assistant team a little bit bigger as my business grows. I had to let go of some people. Again, that's another video in the future. It's not easy, but you have to do what you have to do. And ever since I let go of people I need to let go of, you know, I've been able to move forward and be free and independent and I have a new space. I feel like even though I may not grow as big, I feel a lot better and moving forward. And I want to ideally look for more virtual assistants moving forward, and I can place them in the right position to help my business grow. Okay, as long as I can trust them, and we're on the same page moving forward. Okay, so yeah, that's pretty much it. Publish your journey video behind the scenes. I gotta go. Click the link below the video. Check out my products. HowExpert Guide to Education coming soon in the future. And my next book after that, HowExpert Guide to Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, and more topics for all topics from A to Z. Thanks for watching. Talk soon. Take care. Bye.